And welcome back. Last time we discussed the NEP 2020 policy, which states that gross enrollment ration in higher education should be increased to 50% by 2035. Now we shall move on to other questions. Which of the following is a key recommendation of the National Education Policy NEP 2020 for reforming the higher education system in India? Increasing the gross enrollment ration in higher education to 50% by 2035, establishing a national research. These two are the correct options that I have included, and if you are presented with more, keep the lookout for these two ones. Okay. The present population of the country is 2.16 crore. If crore, if it increases to 7.29 crores during the next 3 years, find a uniform rate of increase in population. That will be 50%, and I will take you on for this. You guys can solve this question, and in the comment section, you can maybe share how you did it. In deductive arguments, the claim is made that conclusions follow with certainty from their premises. Any inductive argument, if it is good, brings to light in its conclusion what was already buried in its premises. That's a false statement. Deductive arguments, obviously, that's true that conclusions follow and with the certainty from their premises, but in inductive argument, that's not the case. The conclusion is not always buried or not always stated in the premises. Which of the following states launched Every Right for Every Child campaign for equality in education? Uttar Pradesh. When you sign up for something like a free email account, you may be presented with a CAPTCHA. The most common form of CAPTCHA is an image of several distorted letters, and CAPTCHA stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to tell computers and humans apart. Very important question. Seems very simple because we know what CAPTCHA is, but a lot of people don't know the full form. The acronym, what it stands for, it's not known. So keep on the lookout. Which of the following reference styles is typically used in engineering, computer science, and physical research? IEEE style. A woman said to a man, "Your paternal grandfather is the husband of the mother in law of my brother's wife." How is that man related to that woman? Brother's son. And people in the comment section can explain how. How can teachers use the ZPT or ZPD to inform their teaching practices? By assessing students' individual needs and providing differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction refers to a kind of instruction which is customized or suited to every student's need. It's like a customized instruction depending on every student. Stratified sampling divides the population into homogeneous subgroups and then samples from each subgroup, ensuring that all subgroups are represented in the sample. The primary advantage of using a stratified sampling technique in research is to ensure representation of all subgroups in the population. So, stratified sampling is something which is with the purpose that representation is there, which is the reason why such a systematic categorization is done in this kind of sampling. So, there you have it. The correct sequence of the media production process: planning, content, preparation, production, transmission, feedback analysis. Quite a simple question, yet some people might get confused in the planning and content preparation thing. So that is something. Just keep this sequence in mind. Very commonsensical question also. A cluster of propositions with a structure that exhibits some inference is called an argument. Under Air Quality Index in India, which of the following pollutants is included? Sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons. Which commission suggested the formation of National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAC), and when was NAC established? National Policy on Education 1986, established in 1994. The recycle bin is an area in Windows OS that contains deleted files from the hard drive. Which of the following tool is not typically utilized for managing references and organizing research papers for a literature review? Tableau, but Mendeley, Zotero, or Zotero, I think it's called Zotero, and EndNote are used. Important question and related to research. Which of the following is not a form of non-verbal communication? Written memos, but eye contact, posture, and body movement, facial expressions are. Assisted learning is based on the idea that skills and knowledge are tied to the situation in which they were learned and that they are difficult to apply in new settings. That's a false statement. Situated learning is based on providing strategic helps in the initial stages of learning, gradually diminishing as students gain independence. That too is a false statement. And these two statements look like, they are true, but both of them are false. And I leave you guys with the answers to, you guys can find the answers and write it down in the comment section. What is assisted learning and what is situated learning? They are not there. They are not these which are written on this screen. So yeah, we end our model test questions, the miscellaneous questions. I mixed all of the questions. I will try to do mathematical questions as well, but for now, these are the questions that could be asked in UGC NET. So just keep that in mind. Keep preparing. If you've watched my video, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will meet you all in the next video. Thank you.